Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for August 10th through the 16th, 2020. So before we begin, I'd just like to make you aware of a few things. Number one, welcome to the channel if this is your first time, as I've seen that there are a lot of new subscribers to the channel, and so we welcome you and hope that you find this to be a home and a community where you are able to really find that real deep interconnection with your soul and feel as though your soul is speaking directly to you, and to help you to feel aligned in all aspects of your life. And so on the channel, I've just recently published this week the angel scopes for each zodiac sign. So if you have not seen it for some reason, and for all of our subscribers, you can just go to my channel and look it up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do, so that you would get those videos as they come out. Also, I've been offering for this month and previous months as well, since the pandemic, my half-hour reading for $77 for an actual full hour. So when you go to my channel and my website, theangelschool.com, and you click on the link on the services page, you won't see a special button there. You'll just choose the $77 half-hour reading, and within 24 hours on the first business day, so that'll be Monday or Tuesday, I will send you a confirmation email of confirming your payment, as well as noting the special offer. Also, if you haven't checked out the daily card messages, I write daily angel messages from Monday through Friday on my Facebook page, which you can find in the link below, as well as I now post them here on YouTube. And I'm going to try, with the guidance of one of our community members, to within the next 2 weeks, give me time to figure that out, to post them on Instagram. He gave me a suggestion about how I may be able to do that with taking photos of my screen, of the document, and then just, maybe it'll be like 6 and you just scroll. So we'll see if anybody else has any other ideas. But I'm trying to work with that in the next few weeks to see if I can do that. And so let's take a deep breath now and take this moment to just really tune in. And I think I'm going to start with a story that I just had in my meditation for this reading, actually, and as I was preparing for it. And it was so beautiful. I feel as though I'm meant to share it with you. Hopefully I can remember some of the things that were going through my mind. But this is like a daydream. And I've noticed this in the last, maybe 4 years, when I'm meditating, that all of a sudden I call them daydreams because they don't make sense. I don't know the people, they're random in it, but it really is like when I'm dreaming when sleeping, but I'm awake. And in this particular story, what I saw was a man and a woman, and the scene so happens to take place at City College, where I've been working out and doing yoga, and just doing climbing sort of the hills that are there. And the young man he had I don't know if it was a sister or what relationship the woman was to him, but it felt like a relative. And she was trying to persuade him not, or cousins, they're saying. Oh, okay. I don't know if they're real or not, so I didn't know it was that specific. Okay. But anyway, so, and he is physically impaired. There's something with his foot, like the left foot. But he had in his heart a mission. He was actually wanting to help someone. I don't know if it was a woman. I felt like a woman. It was somebody he felt like he was called by the universe, by God, to serve and help this person. And the cousin, the woman, she was really trying to, make him see reason, that he needs to take care of himself and etc. And so the thing was, this is a meditation that I do with Source, and what I got from it when I realized what was going on, and I realized that this was happening, that I was actually daydreaming, is that I realized that this is a message to us, because so many times we feel that we have to be perfect, that we have to be, our lives have to be perfect before we can dare dream of wanting to do things for others. The service, the service, that call that comes to our hearts doesn't always find us when we think we're ready, or when we think we're perfectly ready, or that we're perfect or adequate or qualified to do something. And what I heard was, although you may never feel that you're perfect, but it's your desire, your purpose, that's perfect. And then this man, I mean, he wasn't well off at all. It felt like he was probably on disability, or just, but his heart was just lit up, and he knew where he belonged in that moment. It was not wherever the cousin wanted him to be, but was where Spirit wanted him to be, was guiding him to go and do. And so he had no hesitation, and he didn't even think about himself. I didn't even notice his disability, even though I felt like it was happening and I could see it, but I wasn't focused on it. It was fuzzy at first because I couldn't figure out what he was so keyed up about. And so this just goes to show us, and this week, as I think from a couple of the readings I've already started for this week, for this coming week, for the 10th through the 16th, that we are confronting our doubts. And sometimes this comes up once we're inspired, and then we just allow things to just really get in our way, and to hold us back, and we allow our fears, our doubts, whatever you want to call them, however your ego can receive it. We're not judging here, but these are the things that happen that sabotage a lot of what we would like to do. And we give in to our ego's perception of us, that we're somehow disabled, and that's what our self-criticism is. It's disabling. And so this is it was a very powerful gift from God in that context of, it was so unexpected. And as I said, I was just connecting in and just giving praise, and this is what took over. So I'd like to go ahead and just allow you to connect in now and take a deep breath with me. And just allow yourself to connect in with your Creator Source. Just connect into your heart space and be aware of your Creator Source. And in your heart, give thanks and such appreciation. Feel how safe you feel as you turn everything over. And they're right in the word Deus, God, known. So however it is, this is how I feel it means, however it is that you know God, however it is, there's so many paths that lead people to connect in with God, Source. However you know God, let that be, that knowing enter your heart. And you might just want to see a beautiful candlelight. And it's glowing. It's so bright and so brilliant. And it puts you at peace. And at the same time, it lights a fire within you. It creates a fever of passions. And in this moment, you recognize your true identity, your power, your unlimitedness. Just allow all of your limiting beliefs, any negative outlooks that you have, any psychic debris that sort of comes from our fears and just sort of disperses throughout our energy field. As you feel this love, tremendous love and peace, let all of that, let that light dissolve those things. And allow yourself to retreat within to the portal of your soul. And through that portal of your soul, that portal of light, receive the abundance and rewards and opportunities that are available to you right now. Whatever it is that you need, receive it. Receive the profound knowing that you are loved beyond your ability to understand and comprehend. And it's for that reason that our humanity fails to always capture all the pieces of you that is a reflection of the totality of God's divine essence as one and the same with you. And just continue to breathe, to be at peace, and to accept. Accept who you truly are. And any worries or concerns that you have, as if you were just throwing them on a sheet of paper, you've written it, and you just throw it into that light, throw it into that flame, and see it dissolve and become transmuted into supports of joy. All the forms of support, opportunities that you need. Let this flame recycle that energy and redirect and reinvest your energy to where you truly want it to be. Let it be really invested in your true, pure desires. Okay, so let's take a look at the Archangel Oracle card for this week and see what message comes up for us. So we have Archangel Metatron, and the message is prioritize. And it says, Archangel Metatron says, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So in this week, it's about not letting things, really setting a clear intention. You know, we want to do everything. And we always have these lists of things that have to get done. And I tell you, until you sit down and you determine just how important those things are, you will be sort of moving in many directions and not really knowing that you're being driven by things that are really not important or not really something that has to be taken care of right then and there. This is another thing that the ego does. When you have a sense of importance about something, it throws a whole bunch of other things there. That's a way of sabotaging the self it's a technique of distraction, sort of like divide and conquer. And if you have too many things overwhelming your plate, then you won't get many things done. Right? You won't get the most important things. And sometimes that thing that's really important gets put aside, pushed off, pushed away, because you haven't taken the time in the week, at the beginning of the week, to really connect in with what's your highest priority. And the highest priority is the thing that fulfills you, that gives you joy, that just flips your script and raises your vibration to such a high that you have enormous amounts of resources and energy and time because you are investing in a path that is fluent in your abilities and your talents and your soul's, your heart's desire. When you follow your heart's desire, the path is more fulfilling, and although there are challenges, they seem less like something to obstruct you or to inhibit you, but they they help you, they transform you, they uplift you, they turn you around, so to speak. And so before you begin the week, out of the many of the things that you have that are like on the side burner, choose the one that is this empowered with energy, that it sustains you and allows you to feel so good about yourself that all those other little things can easily be accomplished alongside without being like little bullies that just throw you off and make you feel like you're not worthy or adequate enough because you don't get them done when they're really not important. So don't allow yourself to ever begin a week or a day, and I would say that do both, where you do not set this highest priority, that you don't, what they want you to do is to affirm that, so that what you'll notice is that when you affirm it, and that means connect with it, like, get excited. It should make you excited. It should be like, the first day of school when you were a kid, you just be so excited. Or if you're going to trip, when you're a kid, remember that when you were a kid, that kind of excitement? That's what they want you to find every day. Because what will happen is that every day, the power of your vibration will orchestrate everything to flow with your highest priorities instead of your fears or your doubts. And this practice will help you to release feeding and nurturing your fears over your highest priorities, is where your true energy, enthusiasm resides, and where you can attract the highest levels of abundance and success. All right? So let's take a look at the cards for the week. And this is a great message, especially for our ascension awareness process and our awareness of the ways that we can now evolve, so that we're not spending so much time in our lower three-dimensional, reality, where we're always splitting hairs, because that's what our fear does. It causes us to split hairs. We can't figure out where we are, where we want to be. We feel confused. It's a dispersion of energy. And an example like this of starting the week, starting your day with such a powerful understanding of purpose, reorient that the way you exist. And this is a help to you to get to evolve, elevate your frequency every day, so that you're living more in that fifth dimensional reality. All right, so let's take a look at the cards, and we're using the Moon Child Tarot by Danielle Noel. And interesting. So we had this card at the end of the week last week, and I can already tell you that we had, in the daily card messages, we had the same thing occur. We had Seven of Pentacles, and we're going to have it reappear in the beginning of this week with some sevens for the first 2 days from the other suits. So there's a pattern going on here, and we're definitely, the energy from last week is really carrying over into this week, but I see it as a progression. And when we repeat something, it's not necessarily the same message, but it is sort of an advanced level maybe on that lesson. So this card for me, the Two of Wands, and it's so beautiful, number one, because she's standing in this threshold. Unlike the normal Two of Wands, this reminds me of the Two of Swords because there is sort of a lake or body of water behind her, and she's blindfolded. Now, all the twos, first of all, relate the twos to the high priestess, and then there's the numerology. And the numerology is about partnerships, balance, being at a crossroads. But the high priestess, it's like you're juggling something, right? You're trying to which way to go. But with the high priestess as the overlord, for lack of a better term, of the all the twos in the suit, she brings us to that clarity within, right? So it's like the balance, to partnership, if you're can't make a clear decision, or you got too many things to do, is to always connect into your higher being and to get that inner guidance. Instead of rushing into doing something, tune in, okay? And she's standing in a threshold, which reminds me of the portals and things that I see. And it's in her hand is the world. So what she's wanting is to create a partnership with the world. She wants to, in the wands, the ace, she's given this idea, this inspiration, and now is what can I do with that? How can I shape the world? How can I make a contribution? And that contribution requires sometimes partnership in order to have growth, right? Or birth, or the ability to give birth. So no matter what we do, we always, even though you have a desire to do something, you're going to have to encounter people that you're going to need to partner with. And so the card might be asking you to think about the ways in which you can partner, collaborate, in order to fulfill your desire. Because again, you don't have to be perfect all on your own. It's not all on you to be the best, to be perfect. It's not all on you to manifest your desires. Think about, first of all, they're writing these things out, so trying to keep up. Like they just wrote the word alignment. So first of all, think about your own alignment. Just what we just talked about with Archangel Metatron, with focus on that priority. Setting that priority for the week and the day is a partnership or collaboration with the universe and the universal laws, because you're always in a relationship with the universal laws. So start there. And once you start there, and that's going within, they're writing the word algorithm. Once you start there, the algorithm of the universe, all the technology that's so fascinating and so cutting edge today, it's just getting so close to how our soul technology works. And it's been working this way forever. But now we need to take the pieces as it sort of relates to this specific function in something outside of ourselves and see it as something that really makes up the entirety of our spiritual selves. Our like, if we think of our, like, we're a device. Our spirituality is like a device, and it operates in these ways. So and they're writing the word cognitive. So when you make that bond between, that connection between your intention and for how you want your world to unfold and how you want it to be aligned for the day, this sets off an algorithm of needs, whether it's finances, because that's one word that they showed me, okay? And I feel like the word cognitive, they're trying to say that the universe, this vibration, this when you make that intention is comprehensive, it understands exactly what needs to unfold, and it will continue to prompt you. So that's why the upload and download, when I talk about my tree, the upload download aspect, as you're uploading, that's why it's very important for us to keep ourselves in alignment, to have this balance of our energy always. Pay attention to how you feel, because when you don't feel good, that tree trunk or your alignment, your connection to your higher self, that becomes narrow. And when you feel really great, it becomes wide. And so that means more information, more transfer of information. You know, it's like operating on 2G versus 5G when you allow it to be open, fully open. So they want you to think about this first partnership, because that intention is the first partnership. And then the algorithm of the universe will start to orchestrate all the things that are aligned with the algorithm of your intention, and there will be others to partner with you that will come into your life. They will bring you messages. Some will bring you tests. This is things they're literally writing out in front of me. But it's all a part of helping you to fulfill your goal. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Man, that was really cool, right? And we have here the hangman. So, all right. So the hangman is sort of kind of feels like a test, doesn't it? But energy. But the thing is, it's also about that. When it's about getting a different perspective, right? It's about things just holding us up sometimes. So you might be feeling like, oh, I'm just really stuck. I'm just feeling like things are just held up somewhere. And why is this? And this will be because you're not partnering with the universe with that clear intention. And then if you set a clear intention and you don't feel like something's moving, it's likely because there's a habit or a stuck limiting belief that's mixed in with that intention, that you need to look at that intention. If you want to see that intention is like a beautiful, clear crystal ball. And you need to take a look at that intention, and you do that by noticing what you feel along with that. And you might feel something mixed in there that doesn't feel whole to you. And so, the universe may hold you up so that you don't go ahead and just create that, and help you to, maybe there's a lesson that you need to really hear or receive, and so that you can move on. So again, think of it as like going a diagnostic, or going to the doctor and figuring out, or mechanic and figuring out like what happened, and I did everything, but something not working. And the mechanic can then help you identify that. So you might need an expert to help you to identify what it is that that you can't see, that's sort of glitching you a bit. Okay, so just be open to changing your outlook or your perspective, but it's not something you can force. You're not going to be able to say, oh, okay, I got to work this out right now because I can't have this happening to me right now. I need action. I need things to move. No, just, go back, either just meditate, but not with the intention of trying to dig it out. Just be, because that's what he has time now. He has time to be, not time to fight anything, but time to be. So don't fight, just be. Okay, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. And this card is interesting because I've been looking at it all week, and I meant to just sort of look at it. I don't usually read deck creators' comments about their cards, but because it looks so much to me like a high priestess too, right? But, there is a connection between the high priest, the Hierophant, and the high priestess. And for me, the high priestess is about that inner connection, that getting that inner guidance and that information. And the high priest is that outer practice. So the inner practice, the high priest is, and the outer practice. The inner practice for me is meditating, or anything that allows you, that's meditative, or that allows you to reflect within yourself and to hear and receive the possibilities. And the hierophant, or the high priest, for me, is that outer practice, the thing that we need to incorporate into our daily lives in order for us to maintain the connection with the inner practice. So it's like yin and yang, or probably reverse, but the high priest and the high priestess, or the hierophant, but it's not like they're two, it's two sides of the whole, right? Kind of idea. So this is what we were talking about just then. And so maybe you will, and by the end of the week, find your rhythm, right? And I mean, there's that algorithm thing going on as you set your intention, and then you may find your own rhythm, but at a higher frequency, where you are able to really understand the spiritual value of your goals, your ambitions, as if before you were outside of all of that. You weren't really, because this is what it, to me, means a spiritual practice. Any job, any life is spirit, right? Is spiritual. And then practice is just something that keeps you in balanced, and that helps you to feel invigorated and to feel, in alignment with your truth, so that by the end of the week you find this for yourself somehow. Okay, so we have like 2 major arcana cards, and again, don't be sort of disappointed by this hangman appearing possibly at some point in the week in your life, but it's there to help you to make that switch, to bring everything back into your practice, so that you, as you have a spiritual practice, develop through setting these clear intentions. Okay, so I pulled the card from the bottom already, and it's the 3 of Cups. All right, and so it's cool because we've been talking about that partnering, but also we've been talking about we started off with this energy of 2 and spent a lot of energy on that, and really leading to that 3, right? But this is in a different suit. So where when you're talking about partnering, now this is sort of a friendship outcome, or it could be just soulmate outcomes, meaning people, your tribe, your soul tribe. But the idea, I feel, is that support comes to you, loving support. You nurture and develop loving support in your life, and you begin to attract that when you start finding your center and your spiritual practice, it becomes a practice within you, then you start to find the people of like mind drawn to you. So I feel like what this card for the week is saying, notice the people of like mind that are drawn to you. Now, the people of like mind are always drawn to you. When you're off, you meet other off scenarios, right? So just be aware of that. The laws of attraction are always working. You are perfectly manifesting the right things all the time. It's just that a lot of it we don't intentionally set our intention in a way that is more ritualistic, so that the setting of an intention being ritualistic allows us to have this clarity of where we need to be focusing. And as we do that, then the universe recognizes that algorithm that you're creating and also partners with you and to help it to unfold as it should, as you would wish it. Okay? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And don't forget to really focus and reflect on what are your priorities for the week and for the day. Don't let that list of things get in your way and distract you and make you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. All right. God bless you.